Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I know it takes time to do that, so I appreciate that. There's been a lot lately, so I just wanted to reach out and thank you, especially as we lead up to hurricane season. And that's what I want to look at. Again, nothing out there now. It's not the hurricane season yet, but we are getting closer. And what I'm seeing here, I'm going to get into this big system getting closer to Canada, pulling through the U.S. right now. And I want to get down into the Caribbean. Some of us some rain, others too dry. I want to get into the wave heights and get into some of those winds. Plus, we'll look at where some of the rain will be as we go through the weekend. But this here has been our first sign of the impending hurricane season. Now, in the eastern Pacific, it actually starts earlier. It starts on May 15th. So we're really just days away, about a month away from the start of the hurricane season officially in the eastern Pacific. And what we've been seeing over the last week or so, Costa Rica and Panama, we've been getting more rain. That's a sign that we are getting closer to the hurricane season and that we could have a quicker start. It may pick up a little bit on both basins, both eastern Pacific and the Atlantic side, a little bit quicker than usual. So before May 15th, we could see a little development over here before June 1st on the Atlantic side. That's because the water temperatures are so warm. But lately, we've been seeing more rain. Panama, Costa Rica, spotty right now. And that surge of moisture that builds around here, even by Colombia, that continues to pull its way back toward the eastern Pacific. And that's sometimes where you watch out for development. Water temperatures are usually a little bit ahead of the Atlantic basin this time of year in the eastern Pacific. And that's one of the reasons the hurricane season starts earlier out here. Now, we've been seeing some rain around. Rain chance is actually going to trend down a little bit, Costa Rica and Panama, but you still see here some of the blues and some of the purple shading showing up. The next 3 days, we'll see some spots, even up toward parts of Nicaragua. Getting anywhere from 25 millimeters to about 50 millimeters of rain. That's an inch or two of some rain. But we did have some localized flood in Costa Rica and Panama, and even over toward Belize the next 2 days. That rain chance is going to pick up. I'll show you that in just a second. But here's the eastern Pacific side. Then I want to jump over to the Atlantic. Eastern Pacific, the hurricane season starts May 15th, and usually before June 1st, there's a decent shot of some development, and then it, of course, ramps up as we go throughout the season. But things are really gearing up on the eastern Pacific side. Now, I mentioned some of the rain we've had in parts of Panama, Costa Rica. I did a video earlier on the Panama Canal. The levels are down, and it's not as simply as just feeding more water to the area. Very complex canal, and it does impact things worldwide with shipping. Now, this map's a little confusing, but what I want to show is we're in April right now. It's this purple line is this year. Since we've had some rain lately, things have really leveled out, and it should kind of stay where it is now through May. But as we get into June, it's going to start to get even higher, which is some good news. These are the how high it is in feet, and just a few inches makes a big difference. Just a few millimeters makes a big difference. And as we work our way to June, it should be above where we were last year. So just looking down the road, by June, we'll be in better shape than last year, and that is actually important. There's really a trickle effect around the world with that. Now, Eastern Pacific side first. Here are the names on the list. Aletta's the first name, then Bud. Now, in the Eastern Pacific, it's a different set of names than the Atlantic Basin. The Atlantic Basin is the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, and the Gulf of Mexico. So that is a separate set of names. You can see John, Christy, Lane, Miriam, Norman, some of the names on the list on the Eastern Pacific side. So you may hear an A name. It may not necessarily be on the Atlantic side. So that is the set there. We work our way into the Caribbean. Right now, a couple spotty showers in some locations, not a whole lot. I want to get to that big front just to the north. But on the Atlantic side, things start a bit later, typically on June 1st. But the water temperatures this year are running way above average. So I believe a preseason storm, say in May, would be a likelihood. There's a good possibility of some development. Not that we're going to get hit on a certain island or another, but that things could start to brew before June 1st. June 1st, the start of the hurricane season, and you see how things ramp up. Most of the activity is August, September, and October. That's where we get about 85% of all named storms in those 3 months. But just because of some of the ingredients in place, we're transitioning out of La Nina into El Nino, a little complex, but there could be a preseason storm. Now, on the Atlantic side, Alberto is the first name on the list. Beryl, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, and Gordon after that. I do do expect a lot of named storms. You may have been hearing about that. I've been talking about that, but that doesn't mean we're going to get all of them. We'll just wait and see. If we have a million named storms and they stay out to sea, that could be a good thing. Otherwise, we'll just kind of take it storm by storm. That's what I do on this channel. I need to see something start to develop first, and then I get a look at the current conditions out there, the steering conditions, and then I'll be able to know where things are going to end up. So yeah, it's going to be busy, but that doesn't mean every hurricane's headed toward us. So wait and see on that. Now here's the tail end of that front, trying to work its way from Florida back through Cuba and Mexico. Some strong to even severe storms possible, parts of Florida, Georgia. I'll zoom out in just a second. Northeastern Caribbean, that's where we've had more spotty showers, and that's going to pick up in the Dominican Republic, hit or miss, Guyana and Suriname. And you see Costa Rica, Panama, there we go, scattered showers. Jamaica, we had a few areas the last few days getting some rain. Isolated showers possible in Jamaica today. ABC Islands were mainly dry, but Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, Barbuda, Guadeloupe, Montserrat, that flow coming in out of the east could give us a few showers. Suriname picking up a bit, Guyana not as much. You see some of those scattered showers, still that chance of showers. This is tomorrow in Costa Rica. And then as we move forward, that front really fizzles out. Bahamas back toward Cuba. Most of the energy where the front is way up to the north. I'll zoom out in a moment. But you see Haiti and the Dominican Republic, even Haiti, especially coming out of the mountains over toward Jacmel, will have a chance of a few showers on Saturday. So the rain chance will bump up some. And look at Jamaica by Sunday. Not saying we're going to get widespread rain, but on Sunday for us in Jamaica, the rain chance does bump up a notch, which we need. A lot of us have been in the drought conditions, dealing with some of those fires and the lower air quality. Here's the bigger picture. Now, the system that brought the severe weather toward Mississippi and Alabama, parts of Louisiana yesterday, that is kind of splitting. Most of the energy lifting up to the north, and then you have the tail end of it. So you really have two spots, some strong storms possible, as I mentioned. Southeast U.S. possibility. There were some warnings earlier. And then this piece over here could bring some severe weather anywhere from parts of really the Tennessee Valley up toward West Virginia. Now, as we work our way into Friday, there's that front fizzling out toward the Bahamas, but Bermuda, that's going to eventually increase that chance of rain, especially on Saturday. So you see that front pulling away. And then as we work our way into our Saturday forecast, there's that higher chance of rain, Hispaniola, and still that easterly flow. But there in Bermuda on Saturday, the rain chance will be bumping up some. It may be a thin line. I'll show you the seas in just a second, but that will start to work away. And still just some unsettled weather, and elsewhere some spotty showers. Rain chance gradually trending up across the Caribbean as we work our way deeper into the weekend and into next week. Now, as far as the winds go, and then I'll tie it into the wave heights, there's been a few areas of gusty winds. Winds coming in out of the south and the Bahamas right now, behind it out of the northwest, so something has to be in between, and that's exactly what's happening. That front over toward the southeast U.S., and then we have that flow coming in out of the east, northeastern Caribbean, bringing some of those spotty showers, and still some of the gusty winds, northern Venezuela, northern Colombia, and across the ABC Islands. Those winds have been pretty gusty. There's your scale, kilometers an hour and miles per hour, to keep everyone up to date on that. As we work our way into tomorrow, still some of those stronger winds, especially in the central and south central areas of the Caribbean, and then to the north, that front starts to work away. So we get a bit of a northerly flow pulling back toward Cuba, winds north and northeast as we get back toward the Cayman Islands tomorrow behind that front. Of course, very weak, not a huge influence on that. And then as we work our way into our Saturday, northeasterly flow across the Bahamas, easterly flow as we work our way down toward the Caribbean, and even as we swing over towards Central America with the buildup of some showers and storms coming off some of the higher terrain, some of the winds will be gusty on the eastern Pacific side as we work our way deeper into the weekend forecast. Now, for the seas, you can see here, here's the scale in meters. There's feet on the right-hand side of your screen. We have a front moving by, so of course, tough waters, rough waters in the southeastern sections of the U.S., close to the northern Bahamas, and in the Gulf of Mexico. And then we have a few spots here, northeastern Caribbean, especially on the Atlantic side, and there we go, south central Caribbean, with some of the choppier seas running close to about 3 meters in some spots, but of course a lot higher over toward Bermuda with this system. Near Bermuda tomorrow, some of those seas upwards of 5 meters or over 15 feet as that front winds up and lifts toward the Atlantic region of Canada. I want to show you that in a moment. But you see, again, still a bit choppy here, but as we work our way, this is Saturday into Sunday, Gulf of Mexico better, and then things will be improving with the seas as we work our way deeper to the weekend. This is Sunday over toward the Bahamas as that system continues to kick out off toward the eastern Caribbean on the Atlantic side. Things will be a bit bit on the choppy to rough side. So here's this system that's pulling up toward the Tennessee Valley, lifting up toward Pennsylvania. Sloppy. We're going to see some stronger storms embedded in this. That means we'll get some downpours and gusty winds. So as we work our way, especially into tonight, Atlantic region of Canada, some of this rain will be working in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. We'll see that better chance of rain working in overnight. And then as we work our way into our Friday, still some rain here over toward New England and the mid-Atlantic. And there's some of that rain working into the Atlantic region of Canada. Back end, there'll be a little bit of snow briefly, but this time of year, more of that cold air is more up to the north. As we work our way into our Saturday forecast, there's some of the rain on Saturday working its way toward Newfoundland, and you see some of the snow on the backside of it, but still a sloppy, sprawly system. So once again, not quick to depart Saturday into Sunday. Still a couple showers around in a weak little area here, weak little impulse here, keeping some showers around over toward parts of New York and back toward New England for the second half of the weekend. So busy pattern. So Jamaica, rain chance about 20% the next few days. Sunday, though, that's when it could be a touch higher. I'm going to be watching out for that in tomorrow's video. Hopefully that rain chance does get higher. Rain chance holding at 20% as we work our way back through the Cayman Islands. Rain chance 20% as well. Trinidad and Tobago. Can't rule out a shower, but a lot of us, well, we have been very dry. I'll be monitoring those wildfires around. Barbados, rain chance picks up on Saturday. Easterly breeze. Same thing in St. Lucia. The rain chance is going to pick up a touch. 30 to 40% chance Friday into Saturday. 20 to 30% chance in Grenada tomorrow and on Saturday. And same thing, St. Vincent the Grenadines, roughly a couple isolated showers. Martinique, rain chance Friday and Saturday at 30%, 20 to 30% chance the next couple days in Dominica, 40% chance by Saturday. Guadalupe, 40% chance on Saturday, 30 to 40% chance the next couple days. Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts, Nevis and Montserrat, rain chance still isolated, 30% chance, 30% chance Anguilla and St. Barts. Same thing as we work our way towards St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. That breeze around. Seas will be a bit choppy. 40% chance tomorrow and Saturday in Puerto Rico, so rain chance trends higher. Same thing, U.S. and British Virgin Islands, not all day stuff, but some spotty showers will be around. St. Thomas over toward St. Croix. Dominican Republic, rain chance on Saturday will be higher. That could include some thunderstorms on Saturday. We get back toward Haiti, rain chance 20% tomorrow and slightly higher on Saturday. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance. 40% chance for tomorrow in the Bahamas. That's with the leftovers of the front. It's not too high. The front is falling apart across will fall apart coming out of Florida. Turks and Caicos were mainly dry the next 2 days. Rain chance stays minimal in Cuba, just with that tail end of the front. May catch a passing shower. Belize, though, our rain chance getting higher. In Belize, a 40% chance tomorrow and a 50% chance on Saturday in Belize. Yucatan of Mexico, 30 to 40% chance. Aruba, as I was showing us earlier, over toward Curacao and Bonaire, rain chance stays next to nothing, but that breeze will be around. In Bermuda on Saturday, with that front moving in, rain chances higher. Costa Rica, Panama, some scattered showers. Trends down ever so slightly. Guyana, some scattered showers around, and we'll be seeing that as well in Suriname, especially interior sections. Northern Venezuela, 10 to about a 20% chance of a passing shower. Watching the wildfires across parts of Venezuela. So hurricane season, yeah, it's getting closer. Watching for any signs of early season development. May not be a bad thing. Sometimes that's a very good thing in the sense that we get some rain around. Water temperatures warm on really both sides, all the basins out there, warmer than average for this time of year. And in the short term, watching some of those areas of showers and some of the gusty winds. Atlantic basin, so Gulf, Caribbean, and the Atlantic Ocean. The hurricane season starts June 1st. So thank you for being part of this weather community, and I hope you have a great day ahead.